Hey, happy Hope-filled Friday to you. I'm out here in the round pen. I had a really nice video of riding Miss Ruby around in here. I just got the sand put in it, got the rest of the wood put on the other day, and so it's about finished up. But I forgot to turn the sound on, so I thought, well, I'll try to run my voiceover, and heck, I had my hands and mouth going over here and my thoughts going over there, so that didn't work too well. So anyway, I just come back out, gonna redo it, and with no horse. So you just got me. I just want to come by and talk to you guys a little bit about fear. I reading a book by Louis Giglio called "Don't Give the Enemy a Seat at Your Table," and it's based on Psalm 23, I believe, talking about the fact that the Lord set a table for us in the midst of our enemies, but He didn't set a seat for our enemies. And the enemy could be anything that tries to hinder you. We had a Bible study this morning, or just a devotional that we read, and it was talking about how you were raised, or how your thought patterns are, or different things that influence you as you're growing up and in your job and wherever you're at day to day. And one of the things that really stood out to me on that was fear, and it was a little bit different sense than what I thought about it before. Riding the little horse around in here earlier, she's doing really good. You haven't seen her for a couple of weeks, and the reason you haven't seen her for a couple of weeks is because she's had 2 weeks off, because she kicked, or I think she kicked, I heard it, but I didn't see what happened. I think she kicked a gate trying to kick at a gelding on the other side of the gate. That probably needed to be kicked, by the way. And it bruised her hock. So she had a little bump there, and she was favoring that leg. And so, I got with the vet, we treated it, and we gave her 2 weeks to heal. And she's doing really well now. But, she took 2 weeks off in the middle of just starting under saddle. So we kind of had to go back to square one. Not really, but, she's super smart. So, and she does really, really well. So she did well with just picking it back up where we left off. But I could have looked at that, and my I think my go-to thought pattern before on that was, gosh, she's hurt her leg, and now what? She's a really good mare. She could be crippled, all these different things. And all these different things that come in the form of fear, if you really think about it. You think, well, I'm just thinking about all the possibilities. Well, what good does that do? If it's causing fear and it's causing unrest, and then, I'm up at night thinking about, oh my gosh, I wish I wouldn't have turned her out there. I wish those geldings were on the other side of that fence. All these different things that could have happened differently, but didn't. And so the thing is my mindset was typically, if anything bad can happen, it will. And not really that I confessed that, because I knew better than that, but that was just kind of how I thought. And reading through that book and reading through that Bible plan this morning, and other things that's come up at church, I thought, I kind of need to make a shift on that and change the way I think about things, because that's just how it comes up to me a lot of times. And so for the Hope-filled Friday, I was thinking, if you guys are struggling with something and you have areas in your life that you don't really like the way that you think about them, or your thoughts, or if stuff's keeping you up and you can't sleep well, or your blood pressure's high, or whatever it is, you might think about your thought patterns, and you might think about when something triggers that particular thing with you, how could you reframe that so that it would be taking you down a different path? We have, and I don't know anything about this, but we have neural pathways, and once those get ingrained, those tracks in our mind, those are our go-to. It's just we get on autopilot and we don't really think about it. But anyway, that's a very short and unprofessional probably synopsis on Louis Giglio's book. But if that resonates with you at all, I encourage you to read that. It's not a very big book, and it's got a lot of really good points in it. I'm not through with it yet, but just a lot of things to think about that will help you in your thought life and in your thought patterns to develop new thought patterns, and start yourself onto more of an upward plane of a more positive outcome. So anyway, I just want to come by and wish you guys a happy Helpful Friday. Sorry my horse wasn't in the picture, you just got me. Maybe next time. All right, hope y'all have a great weekend, and we'll catch you down the road.